Hey guys. Already. Tacking on right away after the last podcast I ended with Look for the Good. And the way I'm sitting right now, I'm on the edge of my couch actually because that's where I am. I did want to mention one thing. So you guys know how I've been doing Tuesdays are bite-sized nuggets and Thursdays are the chunkier releases. I'm not doing that anymore. Like I spoke about in the last podcast about a little bit more authenticity is and alignment is I want to talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it. So some episodes are going to be super short and some are going to be super long. So that's how it's going to go. I hope you like that. Okay, so I wanted to talk, like I left it off last time about look for the good. And on Instagram, I just did my yearly post. Sorry, if you're watching this, I'm getting more cozy with some more pillows. um, every year I do a post called the Jar of Good. And this is something I used to do with Pascal. And it's literally an old vase and it has a colored thing on the front that I colored and it just says the Jar of Good. And it's really simple. Throughout the year, you notice when your child does something super great, super nice, kind, exemplary, and you write it down with the date and you put that little piece of paper in the jar. Then at the end of the year, you open those up and your child can read them, and it is amazing. It is so cool to watch them feel so seen and have a little bit of a history of what was super great this past year. Now, we would do it on New Year's. We'd start it on New Year's Day and then go to New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve, we always had this tradition where he would bust apart the gingerbread house and try to eat it. It's so gross. And just because it's so hard. And then, he would open up his jar of good papers, and when I think we started it when he was, like, 5, and so I would read them off, and then as he got older, he could read them. And it was just his favorite. He loved it every year. And so I posted that on Instagram and I got a couple of really great comments. And so I wanted to go over them because they sparked a lot of ideas. But first, a few questions were about like the rules. This can be anything you want, guys. It doesn't have to be year to year. It can be birthday, New Year's to New Year's. It can be birthday to birthday. It could be monthly. If your child's little and they can't track a year, or you just want to try it for a month, you can go monthly. It's totally okay. I will tell you this, that when you first do it, the first year you do it, you forget about it a lot. So it definitely took us like a year or 2 to get into the groove of doing it. And make sure you date them because what happened is I inadvertently saved them and now I have this amazing diary of all the good things that happened with Pascal, and it's so cool to see and revisit. The things that you can write down. So these literally can be anything. It can be, I had a really nice night with you going to look at the Christmas lights. It can be, I saw you being really kind to your brother or sister. It can be, I saw you de-escalate something at the playground. It could be when your child hits a home run or a hole in one at mini golf or whatever, some sort of sports achievement. Could be their grades. It could be something, that their math grade went up or whatever. It doesn't have to be big. It can be small. It can be simply, I had a great time with you tonight, and remember what, write down what the night entailed. Doesn't have to be long, little piece of paper. And then that's it. It can be anything you want. And the comments again were great, and people already shared in their stories that they started the jar of good, and it's really awesome. I'm just going to interrupt for 1 second here, guys, because I've been signing off with put your phone down, and I want everybody to put their phone down. But we cannot do that in this day and age, right? We need our phone for various things. And so a large part of managing phones is managing what our particular energy drains are. For me, it's Instagram. For you, it might be something else. I also found that group chats and that voice messaging apps were really interrupting my day. So I've been a big proponent of the brick. You've heard me talk about it on many, many podcasts. This is a device that you tap your phone to, and you can configure various settings and various combinations of apps. And this is great. So if I'm filming, I can shut down everything. If I just need to get a lot of work done, I can shut down Instagram and the voice messaging apps, and you can really pick and choose. And I know you can do this natively on your phone, but what I love about Brick is there's no breakthrough. And when you unbrick the phone, it's immediate. There's no lag in getting messages or whatever has backlogged while you're offline. I think our phones are such a major problem, and they're only going to get worse. They keep designing the apps, the colors, everything just to hook us more. And so I really, really, really think we need to put guardrails on, and we do have to go to extraordinary measures. I do not put shit in front of you guys that I don't fully believe in. This podcast has never had advertisements that I endorse because I don't put stuff in front of you. And largely, I think there's just so much crap. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I believe in Brick 100%. It has been such a game changer for me, and you can get 10% off. I'll leave the link in the show notes if you guys are interested. All right, now back to the podcast. So one of the questions I got was, what if you have multiple kids? Do you do a jar of good for each kid, or do you do a family jar? And I think this just depends. In my head, if you're trying to do a family jar, you might get into a little trouble because they might be unevenly weighted. And so come the end of the year or the end of the month, you might find yourself like frantically trying to make up for one of the kids. So like if you have 3 or 4 kids, I'm just being really honest here. You know, you have one kid that's going to have 2 pieces of paper, and you have one kid that has 1,700 pieces of paper, right? That's family dynamics. There's always a kid who's going to be super quote unquote good. And there's always going to be a kid that you're like, I got to search for this one. So, like, even in my own family, if my mom had done this, my brother would have had 2 pieces of paper. My sister would have had 7, and I would have had 300 because I was a kiss ass. I saw my sister, my older sister, blow it with my mom time and time again. So I learned how to be a kiss ass. My brother was just feral and always. Always in danger. And so that's how it would have looked if we did a family jar. So I'm imagining yours would be the same. Um, but then I got another comment from a teacher who said that she does this with her students, and she makes the students write about the other kids, and they do it like once a week, and it has to be somebody different every time, and so they all have this collection of nice things that their peers have said about them. But I also think this ties in with if you have multiple kids. So maybe you do a family jar, but maybe it's like you have them write things about each other and contribute to the family jar. And I love this because talk about looking for good, right? Like looking for good in each other. And I know a lot of you guys are struggling with like sibling rivalry and a lot of fighting. How amazing to change your entire family dynamic by looking for the good in each other. And maybe that could even be with you, the parents taking part too, which I just freaking love that idea. And then a friend of mine who doesn't have kids, she commented and she was like, "God, you always have the best ideas and they're usually free too." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for saying that." And then she said, "Yeah, we should do a jar of good for you." And I was like, "Oh, that would be so awesome." Because like everybody has like a nobody loves me day, right? And so, but then I thought, hey, maybe I should start one for myself. And I love that idea. Listen, when I work with clients, sometimes I have them put gold stars on their calendar because I'm like, it's so easy to forget about the good days or the times you were good. And it's so easy to harp on the times you feel guilty about something or that your parenting, you just slipped a little, like you fester on like, I yelled at them the other night and I'm trying not to yell. And you forget about all the other times you stayed perfectly regulated when everybody was losing their shit. And so I love this idea for us. I'm going to start it this year. I am because, uh, I love acknowledging, like, I try to take a mental picture when I do that, like, "Oh my god, you just fucking killed that." Like Pascal came to you with something really hard, you put your game face on, and you asked the good questions, and you stayed calm, and yay me, right? That's a good one. Or you went to the gym when you didn't feel like it, or you went for your stupid mental health walk when you didn't feel like it, and it was cold, but you did it anyway. Yeah, fucking high fives. And, um you were calm when your spouse was being nitpicky and you were able to have a really good hard conversation with them. Yeah, let's go. So I think we should start a jar of good for ourselves, right? I don't know. I think that would be super fun. I'm gonna do it. I think we need more of that because again, moms we're so hard on ourselves, and we just like I said, we just always harp on, like, the bad things we do or when we fail instead of the good things and the I don't know, we need more. We need more pats on the back. So, we could start our own jar of good. All right. That's all I have to say. Look for the good and we'll look for it in each other and write it down because writing down words is powerful. It really is. And so if we all started looking for more good and made our day looking for good, I think we'd just be happier, right? Like it's not hard to be miserable right now. That's the easy way out. Being miserable, complaining, uh just like the world's so awful. No, we gotta stay up. We gotta stay afloat, guys. Otherwise we're gonna drown. All right. I love you guys. As always, put your phone down. I'm going to talk more about the 2025 meta analysis that broke down that parents' use of phone is worse than kids being on devices. And we'll talk about that next time. Love you guys. Put your phone down, rock on, all the good stuff.